What's happening? I'm Isaiah Coleman, and this is Fatherhood Friday, brought to you by The Connected. I am the curator of The Connected. Thanks again for tuning in. Really excited about today's episode. I love talking about topics related to fatherhood because fatherhood is such a complex role in our life. It's such a complex hat in our life. We wear many hats, but fatherhood is one where it's going to take a lot out of us from a mental perspective, from an emotional perspective, physical perspective, financial perspective. And if you're anything like me, I didn't grow up without my father. So I didn't have the advice. I didn't have the go-to male in the household to get my questions answered, to understand what it means to be a man, to understand how to navigate this world as a man. So I hope the tips and tricks and routines that I can share with you through Fatherhood Friday benefit you, benefit your family for the better. All right. So today I want to talk about a topic related to fatherhood that I think all men at some point in their fatherhood journey experience. And that is challenging your children for the better. I talked about a topic recently, at some point, I talked about a topic of the challenge support matrix. And I just want to kind of hit on that very briefly. My wife and I, we have conversations all the time, right? Like, I'm very quick to challenge my children. I'm very quick to see if they can keep up with their brothers or see if they can keep up with a small responsibility in the home, like give them a task and see how they do, see how they carry it out, right? And one thing that my wife and I go back and forth on is, for example, if they can't carry out that task, my sons get very emotional and they want to run over to mom and get on mom and hug on mom and be like, Mom, like I couldn't do it, you know? And I'm not the coddle type. Like I love all my boys. I give my boys hugs. I give my boys kisses. They give me kisses, things like that. I love that about our relationship. However, I'm not quick to coddle them if they make a mistake or if they are not successful doing something. I'm not quick to coddle them. I'm quick to kind of help them work through that obstacle, work through that challenge a little bit. And one thing that I always kind of come back to when I'm having conversations with my wife is, hey, at the end of the day, look, I was a young boy, right? I was a young boy at one point where I was loved and coddled on and kissed on and hugged on all the time. But then as time goes on, what ended up happening to me was the kisses and the hugs and all those things stopped. Like to me, almost it felt like it stopped abruptly, right? All of a sudden, I'm a teenager. All of a sudden, I'm a young adult. All of a sudden, I stopped getting gifts on Christmas. All of a sudden, I stopped getting those phone calls. All of a sudden, I started to be viewed as a man. And the love, all that good feely, gooey, ooey, all that stuff was gone. And I keep telling my wife, like, it's great. They're cute right now. Of course, you want to hug on them. You want to coddle them. You want to make sure that they feel safe and they feel all right. But I feel, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel that we're setting young boys, young Black boys in particular, up for setting them up for failure if we're not teaching them how to be resilient, if we're not teaching them how to exercise their grit and work through problems and their challenges, right? I'm not quick to coddle. I'm not quick to hug. Like when you're going through something difficult, let's see how we can get through this difficulty. I can't go through the difficulty for you. All right. And I think if more of us took on that type of approach in our parenting and in our fatherhood, maybe a lot of our young boys who enter adulthood, young adulthood, even teenagehood can feel more capable, can feel more confident, feel more competent, feel more prepared and equipped for life. That's all I'm trying to say. Like at some point, they're going to walk into manhood and it's not going to be like, okay, today you woke up, now you're a man. Well, actually, that's kind of how it is. But you don't realize it. You don't think about that. You know, when you're raising young Black boys, you kind of just are just so caught up in the day to day. But all of a sudden, yeah, one day you do wake up and it's like, oh, you a man now. Oh, you a man. It's time to do man things. And you're expected to have it all together. You're expected to have it all figured out. You're expected to have your emotional regulation at a level where you can take on all of life's problems and challenges. And you're not typically. You're not most of the time. And this is what I want to prepare my sons for. I wasn't prepared for life. The foundational skills to be a successful male, black male in life, to be a successful professional, to be a successful father were not given to me at a young age. I had to learn a lot of it through my peers. I had to learn a lot of it on my own through trial and error and through failure and through mistakes. And this is why I feel our sons, especially our boys and our girls, but our sons especially need to be given the opportunity to practice their resilience, to be given the opportunity to practice their grit so that they can live a successful life. Fathers, I hope this is helpful to you. I know it's a good reminder for me the more I talk about it, but I hope it's helpful to you. I hope you take away something from it. Let's help our young boys, our young men become men. And the only way they can become a man is with a man in their life. So if you don't have a son, if you don't have a daughter, go out there and find a young person that you can serve and be that mentor in their life, because it goes a very, very long way. All right, I'm Isaiah Coleman. Thanks again for tuning in to Fatherhood Friday. Super happy you tuned in. If you're into this type of stuff, like, follow, subscribe. And until next time, take care. Peace.